So today we are going to learn how to use the Edpuzzle. So we are going to go here, and this is the little video I have made. When we push play, it will show the video in student view. So let's go and push play and watch this very fun, most entertaining video. So today we are going to learn about identifying functions, but first we need to identify what is a function. A function is a rule that assigns each input to exactly one output. And if we look at the graphs, we can see that that makes a straight line in this case.
So just like in our last lesson, you could take each point and put it into the table to figure out if it is a function. So let's do that. Our first point here is 0, 0, which is x is 0 and y is 0. Second point, which would be 1, 1. The next point would be 2, 2. And the final point should be 3, 3. Looking at this table, does each input go to one output?
Then you can go, and I have my first multiple choice question right here, which says, did each input have exactly one output? The correct answer here is yes. Perfect. So now we are going to continue the
0
video.
goes to 0, 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2, 3 goes to 3. None of our inputs are repeating, so they are all going to exactly one output.
So now we have another question. The relationship shown in the graph is a function. True or false? The answer is true because it is a 1-to-1 proportional function. Yay.
So this is a function. You might be wondering to yourself, isn't there going to be an easier way than taking that graph and putting it into a table? You are absolutely correct. There's something called the vertical line test. And this states that if you draw
So right here, I put a little comment or note that says make sure you're taking notes on this because this is the vertical line test helps us determine whether or not something is a function.
Draw a vertical line through a graph and it only touches one time, then your graph is a function. If it touches more than once, then it is not a function. So let's take a look at that graph from before. Here we have the line. We're not going to put it into a table. But if we do our vertical line test, we draw a vertical line anywhere on our graph. And we see how many times our vertical line touches our graph. Well, it touches one time right there. So because it only touches once, this relationship is a function. And it's a function because each input, all of these x's, only have one output, which is all of the y's. So it does have one output. You can also tell it's a function because it passes the vertical line test.
So right here we got another multiple choice question which says this blank, the vertical line test, does it pass or does it fail? So we're going to go ahead and say that it passes because it only touched once.
Here's another example. We have this graph here. Go ahead and draw a vertical line anywhere on the graph. I drew mine right here. Now put a dot or circle wherever it touches.
So here's my open-ended question. It says how many times does the red line touch the blue line? In this case, we can see that it's just here and here. So you type the red line touches the blue line 2 times. And then the second question is, so is this a function or not a function? The answer would be not a function because it doesn't pass the vertical line test. Oops, I spelled vertical wrong. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and continue.
Well, if I'm following my vertical line, it touches here once.
Okay, and there's our video. We're going to go ahead and show the results. So we got 3 out of 4 because the other one says it still needs to be graded. So now, see our progress on that. I can go ahead and add some comments here. So I could go to this one and say, wow, great job. Whoops. I just accidentally closed that. Let's go ahead and get that reopened. Anyways, I could go ahead and comment down here. Say, great explanation. Yay. I'm going to go ahead and go back to our teacher view, in which I can see that this person, teacher, which is me, yay! I have watched 100% of the video. I watched it about a minute ago and it was turned in on time because, as we can see over here on the side, it is due April 24th and it was open today. So another thing we want to go ahead and try to see is if we can skip. So if we go to one of these, we can see that we cannot skip the question.
0 goes to 0,
It does not
1
allow
goes to 1,
us
2
to skip the comments, which is good. And then to export the grades, we just go ahead here and click download grades, and I would get a spreadsheet of my students' results. And I could go ahead and click this check mark if I would like, and this is something that I could download and get the results of those grades. Right here, I can go ahead and open that up. And it's opening up the Excel file here. Right here, I can see this was turned in on time. If I make these a little bit bigger, I would be able to get those dates and see that Ashley Hatton, who is the teacher, spent about 3 minutes on this video, watched 100% of it. This is when they watched it. This is when they turned it in. And these were their scores on the questions. So that's super cool.